This is the calm before the storm. We are about to see massive amounts of volatility ensue, not only in the cryptocurrency markets, but also the traditional markets, as we continue to see this perfect storm brewing. Not only has the SEC postponed the decision on Coinbase's request for regulatory clarity, but today, our man himself, Jerome Powell with the pink sunglasses, will be announcing the new federal funds rate, the new interest rate, and it looks like they are not going to raise rates for the first time in well over a year. So this is a very historic day. And yes, guys, I am still holding the swing short setup that we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. As Bitcoin is grinding down to this key zone of support, we are potentially going to break this wedge pattern that we've been forming now since April. And I'm going to be telling you exactly what we need to be prepared for as we move into the rest of the week. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications, because we are bringing you the straight up orange juice, nice and good. So first of all, guys, yesterday, inflation is officially down. As you can see, the forecast was 4.1%. Inflation came in at 4%. This is compared to last month's 4.9%. Inflation down 1%. That is pretty juicy. And as you can see, the markets have reacted quite bullishly. This is the S&P 500, which has continued a strong move to the upside, officially breaking out of this previous high right here, changing market structure on these very, very high time frames. And as inflation comes down, people think, hey, the market's doing pretty good, at least on paper. And so people are more apt to put money into risk assets like stocks, like crypto. And of course, this inflation data has caused the market to really now price in the fact that Jerome Powell today is not going to raise interest rates at all. This is so significant because interest rates are basically inversely correlated with how well risk assets perform. The higher the interest rates, the worse stocks are going to do, the worse cryptocurrency is going to do. And now that Bitcoin has come down to such a key area of support right here, and not only a key support, but when we look at the market cycles, I believe we have officially come to the bottom of the 4-year market cycle and are heading into the next bull run. And so now that we're starting to see the fundamentals, such as the Fed beginning to pivot, line up with the technicals with Bitcoin, this to me is very, very bullish for cryptocurrency in the long term, especially leading up to 2024 and 2025. However, we have to understand that we may get a very serious, unexpected, volatile move, because we are in fact forming this pattern right here, this falling wedge pattern, which is a very bullish pattern, but we're seeing some warning signs on the chart that we really do need to be prepared for. So when Jerome Powell makes this announcement, I am prepared for massive amounts of volatility, and I'm also prepared for a big fake out that's going to catch a lot of people off guard. So these are the levels that we really need to be prepared for right now. First of all, it is true that Bitcoin has come down to a key level of support. The value area high of this old range, the support resistance flip at around $25.3 thousand. Now, it is possible that we do just find support here and get a big move to the upside, but I find that highly unlikely. Now, you can see we have gotten a little bit of a bounce here. This is the long setup that we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, currently long from that level. However, I am personally expecting a little bit lower here. And by the way, if you want to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we give trade setups like this short trade, like the long trade that we're currently in, you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com, click the link to join the VIP Discord. This is not a signals group, but you will learn a lot in here. We give you our trade setups. We do multiple live streams every single day looking for live trades. We give you the levels. It's a great environment for learning. And if you want to learn how to trade this way, check out the 25% discount on these trading courses, changing the way thousands of people approach the market. 25% discount in the pinned comment. And if you want to take advantage of these markets, longing and shorting, regardless of what's happening, make money, check out MEXC, the best deal on trading fees you will possibly find, up to a $9,000 deposit bonus plus 0% limit order fees, 33% off taker order fees right now, because ByBit is no longer allowing US people to trade. This is the last trade I will have open on ByBit ever, because once this closes, I can no longer enter position. Trading on MEXC and Bitget, my two go-to exchanges. Deposit bonuses, sign up links in the description and the pinned comment. So given the context that we have hit the bottom of the 4-year market cycle and the fundamentals are really starting to turn bullish, that means we should be looking for a higher low on Bitcoin, even in the midst of all this FUD. In my opinion, this FUD may actually give us a great opportunity to get into a long position or buy on spot at lower prices than we could have if this FUD did not exist. So we have to understand that 25,300, our current support, is a key level, and this could have been a real bottom right? However, I do think it's a little bit more probable that we come down a little bit lower just to shake out some of the weak hands before another move to the upside. So the two major zones I'm looking at are number one, the 23.5K area, and then that $21,000 area. The reason why is because understanding that we're in a macro uptrend, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, we should be looking for that higher low to be coming in, and we have a lot of confluence at these two major zones. First of all, the $23,500 area is a massive support resistance flip, and it's basically the value area high of the entire time that Bitcoin was trading in between May 2022 and about March 2023. So almost an entire year of price action gave Bitcoin the fair value of basically between 23.5 and about 18.5K, which means we could very well be coming down for a support resistance retest of this area. The second zone we really need to be aware of is going to be that $21,000 area. This is much lower than a lot of people are comfortable with, but it's a very key zone of support. So if we lose 25.3K, I do expect a big follow through, a big fast move to the downside, something very similar to what we saw back here when we got the news of the Silicon Valley Bank going under, and I believe that will be followed by a very bullish move to the upside, very similar to what we saw here after the bearish news about the Silicon Valley Bank going under, right? We've got bearish news for crypto in the midst of bullish news for the traditional markets in the midst of a very bullish macro market structure on the weekly time frame. We should be looking for that higher low to come in here. Now, when the federal fund rate news comes out, there is going to be a lot of volatility at 2 p.m. Eastern time. When the decision is made, we're going to see short-term volatility. Once Jerome Powell starts to speak, within a few hours, we're going to actually see the market pick a direction. And so if we start to see that we're showing a lot of strength and this indeed is a bottom, well, then we know that we can look locally to potentially get into a long trade if we're day trading or whatever. But if we start to see that the market is losing this level, then we can be prepared for a move to the downside to look for one of these higher lows at the key levels. Now, a word of caution to people who are day trading, scalp trading, be very, very careful when the news is coming out, because unless you have a very clearly defined plan with good risk management, you can lose a lot of money very, very quickly, because we can tend to get those Darth Maul quick wick candles to the upside and to the downside. The best thing to do is have a plan, stick to your plan, and do not let the emotions get to the best of you. Guys, I'm a huge proponent of being as self-sufficient as possible. It's one of the main reasons why I am into trading, because you can generate an income without having a boss, without having clients, without having hours, without having to be stuck to a specific location. And I believe as things get crazier and crazier, we need to step up as individuals, as families, as groups of families to produce more things for ourselves and for our community, so that we don't become enslaved to these systems that are really looking to take away our freedoms, which is why I am a homesteader. I grow my own food. I raise my own animals. Here's something that I recommend everybody do, because it's so dang easy and can really help you be more self-sufficient. Hey, I'm out here on the homestead, and I've got the potato patch in the back, and thankfully we've just had some rain over the past few days on the homestead. It's been a very, very dry season, and it's actually led to a lot of our crops being stunted. The red beets, the squash, everything a little bit stunted because we haven't had much water, and it's very hard to water on such a big scale. This is one of the reasons why I love potatoes. As you can see in the background here, the potato patch is absolutely vibrant, just flourishing, even though it has not had water. And this is why I recommend always growing potatoes. They are very high in carbohydrates. They're very high in electrolytes. They're high in vitamins and minerals, and they're so easy to grow. Everything could go wrong. You could still have a really good potato harvest. You don't need to enrich the soil first. You could plant them in rocky soil. You really don't have to water them too much. In fact, last year also was a very dry season. You know, we've got all these droughts going on. The sun had scorched the potato plant so much last year, you couldn't even tell there had been a plant there. But when we dug under there, we had an abundant potato harvest. In fact, we still have potatoes from last year. Of course, they look crazy right now with all these eyes, and we're planting them. But my point is, if you're trying to grow more food and you don't know much about gardening, or you're having bad weather, potatoes combined with some chickens, guys, you got proteins, fats, carbohydrates, a great thing to do. All right, y'all, that is it for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell. And I do pray everybody watching and listening is very blessed in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you're not religious, well, I still pray you and your family are very blessed in multiple ways. And I'll see everybody in the next video. Peace!